Hi, everyone. Let's talk about past lifetimes today. Now, this is a question that I get asked in the Akashic Records all the time. Who was in our past life? Why are we so fascinated with our past lives? Because we know that there is more. We know that everything is connected, interconnected. We have certain affinities to certain things, certain behaviors, um, you know, so many different things that we have interests in that aren't perhaps likely in this lifetime. And we just want to know who we are, really. And there is a fascination with the soul. Where have we come from? Where did this all begin? Now, I like working with past lifetimes for various reasons, and here are 6 of them. One, I tend to use it as kind of like a therapy kind of aspect from it. So sometimes we, carry things from our, past lifetimes into this lifetime. For example, fears, right? Where did this fear stem from? Or where did this ambition stand from? Where did these blocks stand from, limitations, whatever it may be? Our past lifetimes have clues to what they could be. So sometimes the first one that we tend to do is usually quite general, but you can use working with your past lifetimes as a therapy. The second reason I like working with past lifetimes is because sometimes we can step into or identify the origin of what we are going through, whether it's a behavior, whether it's affecting your health, whether it's affecting your emotions. What is that connection to those people, right? Like what is that? So it's kind of like pinpointing the origin of the behavior or the emotion or the fear also tends to help, because what happens is when we're healing in one lifetime, we're healing in the other as well. And usually when we pull up a lifetime, it's a lifetime that kind of like is running parallel to this lifetime as well. And we'll talk about past, present, and future in a little bit, but whatever past lifetime or past memory tends to come up usually tends to help within this lifetime that we're living in at the moment. Another one is to release trauma. So many times we will be born into a family that has experienced certain traumas with the need to release them. And sometimes, like I was saying earlier, we bring forward those traumas into this lifetime. And it's really working with that helps us to move forward as well. Another thing that is good to work with our past lifetimes is to integrate an ability that we have mastered before. So sometimes people think it's all doom and gloom, but really we can use it to our advantage. We're finding a lifetime where we excelled at certain something, and just sometimes reconnecting with that activates that ability within us, right? Or just, and it's very, very possible to kind of like streamline the work, not bypass, but streamline some of the work that you're doing by integrating the ability that you've already mastered in a past lifetime as well. Another way of connecting with the subconscious, another way of working with past lives is to connect to the subconscious. And it's a great way to kind of like build that kind of like neural pathways into really expanding your intuition, because we're working with the same muscles in our brains to really work with connecting to past lifetimes. So and we connect to the subconscious, and that's what helps us as well. Connecting to the Akashic Records or doing it through the Akashic Records is a quick way of doing that as well. Another reason, which is reason number 6, is really starting to understand the people around us. So sometimes we don't understand why people behave in a certain way. Like, why our husbands father us, or our mother, or our wives mother us. It could be that they were a mother in a past lifetime, but yet we've, come into this lifetime, created a new soul contract with them to be one of equal. So it's really looking at trying to experience people in a different environment, in a different capacity. And someone once explained to me, and I think it was my grandmother, she said that in order to understand unconditional love, we need to understand all types of love. So a love for a parent is very different to a love for a child, which is very different to love for a partner, which is very different to love for a friend. So once we've mastered all of these loves, we start to understand that, we're all interconnected, but we also start to understand unconditional love as well. Now, we like to say past lifetimes, but you can also work with future lifetimes. So instead of doing regressions, we do progressions where we connect with a future successful version of you as well. Now, time doesn't exist. So, even though we say we're connecting to past lifetimes, everything is happening now in this moment, at this time, at this place. It's just happening in a different realm, a different dimension, and we are all interconnected. And this is why we end up connecting to a past lifetime or a future lifetime, because it's a nugget of information that will help us within this lifetime as well. So really it is, we're tapping into a parallel lifetime just because time does not exist. So it begs the question, is there such a thing as past life, since we only have now? So everything's happening at the same time. So live the best life possible. Important to live in the now, but just like the past informs who we are today, our past lives inform who we are today and the choices that we make. And our future lives is something that will help us to pull us into the best versions of who we are. So there are 6 reasons of why to work with past lifetimes is so interesting. And I hope this was helpful, and I will see you soon.